Hi, this is AP Stedham of AP As We See It live in Atlanta, Georgia at the 2025 SEC Football Media Days. We're going to be discussing the University of Tennessee Volunteers with our special guest,
Paige Dauer with Full Disclosure Productions. We started it back in April, and my show is The Sports Page. So happy to be here at the Media Days in Atlanta.
Oh, congratulations, Paige. Congratulations. Paige, I guess the first name on the lips of the Tennessee fans is Joey Aguilar.
Surprise, surprise, right? Josh Heupel, he met with the Knoxville media before he got to the main podium. He's like, well, I imagine the first question is about Joey, so who's going to ask it first? And he kind of had a similar sentiment at the main podium. And, you know, what really impressed me about what they had to say about this latecomer transfer from UCLA, originally from App State, and Joey Aguilar was the immediate impression he made with the team. While he is making accurate passes down the middle of the field, which Tennessee has been missing the last couple of seasons, they were maybe more so impressed with how much he was able to make such an impact with the team. He's taking the offensive line room out to dinner. They're playing video games, hanging out at the pool. You know, the tight end Miles Kitselman says, whatever we're up to do, he is down to do it. And
right.
Just for someone to come in so late as a veteran player and make it feel like he's been with the team all 4 years, it is really special, and it's something that they look forward to having when the season gets here. And maybe it's busted plays and you need to correct each other. But from, you know, off the field, it looks like it's up. On the field, it looks like he is growing within the system, and it's creating some really nice quarterback competition.
Every quarterback needs support, Paige. So who is the support on the outside? And I always use this phrase that will make defensive coordinators have nightmares.
Well, there's a lot of turnover on the offensive line. Of course, you get back Lance Hurd, and you hope to have some strength on the blind side for Joey Aguilar. There's one offensive lineman that I'm really looking forward to, and Sam Pendleton. He comes from Notre Dame. He's a very old school type of offensive lineman, even down to the face masks. He watched a lot of Washington Commanders growing up and really liked the way that the Hogs played, you know, on the line with their running backs. And to have somebody like that who takes a lot of pride in not touching any of his guys in the backfield,
right.
That's certainly what you want. But there's a lot of questions when it comes to the line and who will really be able to step up there. So that's certainly something we look forward to seeing in August. But the first couple of guys is certainly Lance Hurd, who you're getting back.
And those people on the perimeter, the wide receivers,
Oh, yes.
who can we count on?
Well, that's certainly an area where you hope to have like the talent meet or exceed early expectations. It's a lot of unproven talent in the wide receiver room. Of course, you get Chris Brazzell back from a year ago. He didn't get too many targets. Yes, he didn't get too many targets a year ago, and maybe some miscues with his former quarterback and Nico Imaliaba. But Braylon Staley, Mike Matthews, those incoming now, you know, sophomores and freshmen, they should make a huge impact with this team. A lot of Vol fans wanted to see Mike Matthews a season ago. You know, seeing other freshman wide receivers get playing time across the league, like Ryan Williams at Alabama or guys up at Ohio State. So they're two guys that you expect to have an immediate impact with the team.
And the tight end Miles would be a steady performer for them.
Yeah, you expect to have Miles Kitselman be a really strong leader for Tennessee. He gets another year, and it's actually a moment that he kind of prayed a lot about following last season. He struggled a lot with confidence, didn't really have the season that he wanted last year, and he feels like he's much stronger this season, and he can actually go in and focus in on the things that really matter with catches or, you know, blocking his quarterback, and get Ethan Davis in there as well. You get a couple of newcomers like Jack Van Doorslayer, who he splashed in the orange and white game. So he should certainly be someone that they are able to get involved in the game this season. And that's what Tennessee fans liked a couple of years ago. I think we all remember Princeton Fant, Jacob Warren, and how much they got involved in the receiving game and catching those touchdown passes. So hopefully that comes back in 2025.
Tennessee liked to run the ball because they had an exceptional running back last year.
Yes.
So who's going to be some of the, is it by committee this year possibly?
Well, no, honestly, they've got three, which, I mean, I guess you could say from that regard that it can be by committee, but on their own, I think they could all carry the rock. They could all carry the load. You got Star Thomas, who's coming in. I believe he's from Duke. You've got Peyton Lewis, who's coming back off of some injury last season. And then you got Deshaun Bishop, who's now a scholarship player and was a huge contributor a season ago. But what I like most about this running back room is they actually have some like size to them. Of course, Jabari Small and Dylan Sampson did such a good job for Tennessee the last couple of seasons, but they're like 5'8". These guys are 5'10", 5'11", I think, knocking on the door of 6 feet, which you really want out of your running back.
Yes.
And that's maybe where Dylan Sampson had his most growth a year ago, is being able to get that +2, getting past that first point of contact. Being 5'8", that's hard to do. You hope with these taller guys they'll be able to do that. And I expect so much out of Deshaun Bishop after all the experience he got a season ago. He should be someone who is producing at the same level this season, if not more.
Good defensive team last year. Were able to put pressure on the quarterback. What's going to happen on that side of the football?
Hey, I hope it's the same, but that's also another area where they do have a lot of turnover. But because of how they played last season, where it's about 12 linemen that come in and out throughout the whole game. Yeah, it's like Kim Caldwell's basketball system, right? It's like a hockey line, and it's in and out, in and out. So because of that, those guys who maybe otherwise wouldn't have had a ton of experience, should it be a traditional system, actually come into the season with a ton of experience. So yeah, you miss Amari Thomas, and you really hope to have those guys back, but you miss Omar Norman Lott, but you've got Joshua Josephs coming back. You've got Arion Carter coming back, and we heard from Bryson Easton as well here at SEC Media Days. Those are really strong leaders. Arion Carter had a breakout year. I know he's in the linebacker room, so not necessarily the room you're talking about, but the line should be there. They're still operating with that chip on their shoulder. They get that from their coordinator and Tim Banks. So you hope that they're able to maybe keep it 2 to 3 touchdowns. I don't know if the whole team's to 19 or fewer points as much this season, but you certainly look forward to hopefully them doing that.
And in the secondary, this is a pass-happy era. Do they have the people that can, at the cover cornerback position, and the tough safeties to come up and make tackles and support?
Well, you certainly have all eyes on Jermod McCoy, right? How is that process going since he tore his ACL and winter workouts back in January? I mean, I guess with the way that injury kind of recovers after Aaron Rodgers, right, kind of resetting that type of market, you hope to have him maybe in the early part of the season. He's going to be someone who is huge, right? We talked about Ryan Williams a moment ago. He's a lockdown corner for Tennessee. They absolutely need him so that you can maybe get 10 hats on 10 hats, right? Because you have the quarterback on offense, and you certainly want to have Jermod McCoy there to maybe silence that area of the field. But they had a lot of success on the other side of the field too, with other guys kind of stepping up, filling the roles, and you got to see kind of maybe how that weak side over there maybe looks, but you really hope, because Georgia's the third game on the season, that you have Jermod McCoy back early, or at least getting some type of limited reps, because in a league that loves passes, you can't expect him to come in during the Alabama game and just hits the ground running, right? You want him in a little bit earlier if you can. So there's a lot of question marks, especially on defense, really all around the field for Tennessee, and it's just about how will this unproven talent really answer the bell here in 25.
Since the days of General Neyland himself, they were known for the kicking game. So how was the kicking game in some of those tight ball games? Will it come through?
You certainly hope so. They have given Tennessee some really exciting games with their ability to either kick some long field goals. They've got some really good long snappers, guys from Australia that have kind of changed the game as well. So, no, that's certainly an exciting area. We don't always get to see them in practice because I don't really ever see them out on the field. They're always doing something else or they're inside with those field goals. But that's certainly an area where you look to see what kind of competition will happen there.
Josh Heupel, how do you like covering him?
Oh, he's so great. I think he's certainly gotten more comfortable as the years have gone on, maybe even because it was so tumultuous when he came there and all the things that they had to work through, scholarship reductions, recruiting restrictions. And I think now he kind of really has settled into his own skin and really feels very comfortable with that program. And he's so fun to cover. He always gives you some good, honest answers. And, while it might be coach speak, if it wasn't true, he wouldn't say it. So when he tells you that Joey Aguilar has a nice arm, he's making decisive plays down the field, okay, it sounds like coach speak, but if it wasn't true, he wouldn't say it. He is really nice. He's got some good humor every once in a while, and I like to think that he enjoys taking questions from us. I know yesterday was kind of crazy. I think he talked to 1,000 media members. So if I were a coach or player, I don't know how they do it, but they do it with a smile, and I think that says a lot.
Tennessee will be back in the playoffs if...
I think if that unproven talent kind of just meets the standard, if Joey Aguilar is able to be someone who can get those intermediate to deep passes, they need somebody in the middle of the field. The quarterback room absolutely has to meet what they've done the last couple of seasons. If they can do that, if they can get good quarterback play, I think that'll be able to take care of the rest. We've been hearing from Josh Heupel the last couple of weeks, and it's about how the quarterbacks behind Joey need to be better about protecting themselves in space. How will that offensive line room work? But I think if you've got somebody who has high IQ, has a good understanding of the system, and shows why he's a veteran player, I think that'll be able to get Tennessee 9-10 wins, get them knocking on the door of the college football playoffs.
Hey, Paige, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and good luck with your show.
Absolutely. Thank you, AP.
AP Stedham live in Atlanta, Georgia at the 2025 SEC Media Days. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Here we go. Turn this off.